not angry. I'll show you angry, motherfucker.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Enough to Be Dangerous podcast. And as you can hear, shots are already fired. Hey, did you use a different link? Hold on.
See, that's why.
All right, well, somebody keep it going while I troubleshoot this with Mike D.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Enough to Be Dangerous podcast. And as you can hear, shots are already fired. What's happening here?
Oh, do I have my routing on?
Yeah, somebody's YouTube is screaming out.
Me.
I'm like, what the hell?
It's off now. Sorry. That was my routing through GoXLR.
You creamoed it. That's
all right.
Going to make that.
All right, you guys chat amongst yourself. I'm going to see if I can get Mike's link going.
That was so fetch, Joey.
I'm okay with making mistakes.
You didn't get the reference, though.
No, I didn't.
Mean Girls, dude.
I'm not a fan of Mean Girls. I've seen it one time.
Okay. All right, so Joey, you may appreciate this. You like, well, Mike, you might like it too. Both of you guys apparently like kind of coming of age movies. Mike, however, doesn't like Stranger Things and doesn't like time travel. So I came across Okay. Well, Mike doesn't like change. Mike doesn't like time travel, and you don't like Stranger Things, but you might like this one. I came across a movie or a show on Amazon called Paper Girls. I was literally said Paper Girls, like paper boys, but they're paper girls. Like the first 10 minutes of the movie is about delivering newspapers, and then it's off the rails from there.
Dude, where is your microphone?
It's up here. My bad.
Oh, that's
is that better?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, I came across just came across it. It was on Amazon. I was looking for something to play in the background while I was setting up and trying to figure out a Lorian board for OBS. I ended up watching the entire series and like one.
Mike D is back.
Welcome.
Paper Girls, you said? Netflix?
It did. It really did. It
Amazon.
Yeah,
okay, let me look.
No, Amazon actually. It was pretty good. It wasn't. There was only like maybe 2 or 3 moments out of the entire series that were kind of slow. There is a tinge of wokeness, as Tom would call it. Thanks, Mike. You're the first one.
I do struggle with
got him
like a girl cast coming of age though.
Oh, the yawn count.
The guy, Mike was right off the bat.
Oh man.
And I'll give it a go.
But it was actually pretty good.
Oh, it is. Okay. I might like
movie,
that because I like time travel.
Yeah.
So let's jump into this would be the big news of the day, which is Olivia Newton-John. And
which is
a lot of us grew up, appreciating.
I can do that whole soundtrack.
Wait, what about I've been busy all day, so you gotta fill me in. Literally, I've been busy.
I don't know
all day.
anything about
Olivia
Newton-John.
I am more intrigued about Terrence being busy all day. Olivia Newton-John passed away today.
No way.
Yeah, 73.
Oh, that's crappy.
Yeah, she had been fighting
I can't even tell you the
cancer.
special moments I've had with her.
Alone
We
in the
don't
shower.
want you to tell. We don't want you to tell us those special moments.
That is not safe for work.
Oh wait, you guys are taking it all wrong. I think.
You and Bobby Lee.
Yawn count.
Speaking of Bobby Lee, watching his show Reservation Dogs.
I just figured out who Bobby Lee is.
Does anybody watch that?
How is that?
So
It's not bad. It's entertaining. He's actually got a small part in it, but he was funny in it.
Most of his parts are small.
He talked about how he grew up in San Diego.
Tom's laughing.
In the movie?
I don't know why.
Tom's laughing right now because no, I know why you know you're laughing. Tom's laughing because this entire time that you guys have been talking about Bobby Lee, I thought it's the equivalent of Mike talking about Mike Russell, and you don't know who Mike Russell is. I didn't realize who Bobby Lee was, and I was again hunting for something to play in the background, and I went to HBO Max, and there's a show called Fast Foodie, and there's a comedian Asian guy on there, and I'm sitting here doing stuff on my computer, just going away, blah blah blah, and then I hear, our next whatever guest celebrity is Bobby Lee, and I'm like, haha. I'm like, that's funny because Joey knows a guy named Bobby Lee, and I'm going through it, and I turn, I'm like, it's this Asian dude, wild hair. I seen him on another food show. I think it was a chef show, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, all of his mannerisms, I'm like, that's fucking Joey. That's an Asian Joey right there. And I was like, wait a minute. So I had to wait like 2 nights, and then Tom got on. I was like, hey, is Bobby Lee the Asian comedian Bobby Lee? He was like, yeah. I'm like, oh my God. It's so clicked. So yeah, now I know who Bobby Lee is. Yeah, he's a pretty funny dude.
Hey, but before we wrap up, before we switch gears totally on the Olivia Newton-John story, I was reading about her today. Her father was the MI5 agent that brought in Rudolf Hess, who was Hitler's deputy Führer. That's kind of crazy that Olivia Newton-John's father was the agent that brought that guy into custody. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's just throw one on the yawn count then.
That was interesting.
And by the way, she had 5 #1 hits, including Physical.
Let's get physical.
Have You Never Been Mellow? You're the One That I Want, and then some other
You're
ones.
the one that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
In other music news, Elton John and Britney Spears are
having a baby.
They're doing a remake of Tiny Dancer. This is all part of some pretty tangible rumors, I guess. So it got me thinking about Britney Spears, which people don't do that much of nowadays.
No, they don't.
She was on TMZ tonight.
Yeah,
Was she really?
Yeah, she's in the news for all the wrong reasons.
right.
Her kids
bummer.
apparently are not willing to see her right now.
Oh.
And there's some beef between, which I didn't know Britney Spears just recently got married, but new hubby and
K-Fed.
old hubby K-Fed are beefing on Instagram. Things are getting serious. This feels like a Tupac. Are we going to do this all the time?
Damn it!
That's when somebody says something like they're beefing on Instagram or they're beefing on Twitter. It's like
Some drool.
are you really beefing? Like, are you really? How serious is it if you're just on Instagram or Twitter?
Well, kind
I
of
don't
like
see that as
the Pete Davidson Kanye thing, right? Over Kim.
Yeah, unless these dudes both these people are millionaires, they can afford to roll up, catch a private jet to the next city, roll up, and be like, "Yo, we got a problem. Let's talk it out. And we need to go out to the yard." Like beefing on Instagram
Pete
and
Davidson,
Twitter. Yeah,
he's out too.
Yeah. The death of Smeat, they call it.
What do you mean? What happened to Pete?
Him and the Kardashian chick are done.
Wait, I thought he was. Oh, wasn't he? No, who was he dating?
Kim.
Kim
wasn't
Kardashian.
Kim
yeah,
K.
What?
That's the most recent one.
Yeah.
He got in with Kim Kardashian.
He had to tap it after Ray J.
Wow.
Well, once Ariana, was spreading those rumors about him, every girl in Hollywood was trying to get with him.
What rumors?
That BDE rumor. The BDE.
I mean,
Big dick energy.
Hi,
See,
Danny.
I would have a sound bite there, but Mike doesn't want the sound bites.
She's been gone all day with her daddy having surgery.
Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, he is. Everything turned out good.
Okay, good.
Awesome. But Britney Spears, it's a little cringe to look at her because, You think of her when she was 19, and
She was
then
super hot, right?
and then you look at her now, and for her age, kudos.
Like,
But
how old is she now?
I don't know, like 40.
No.
Oh, she's at least 65.
No, Brittany's got.
I'm
I
joking,
bet
I'm
she,
joking.
Brittany's got to be pushing.
Mid-40s.
Yeah,
qualification.
she's got to be pushing into her 40s.
Let's ask. Hey,
she did not age well.
Alexa, how old is Britney Spears? Oh, she's 40.
I was exactly right then. That was a guess too, by the way.
That's
I had
good.
a question though. Mike, is that a Phoenix Suns hat?
Hey, Eric.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. It looks like, honestly, it looks like you're wearing safari gear with a Phoenix Sun hat. Like, it's like safari styled. It's got that muted gray tan in it and just purple.
Before you got
Like,
on, that's what he said he was going for.
hunter. You could be the next
I
one.
figured I was wearing a gray shirt with purple lettering, so I should rock the gray hat with the purple logo. And I'm wearing
Just-
purple shorts if anybody really cares. So I also
Just
made
go
my mic
like,
purple.
g'day, Mike. Here we are in the jungle, about to do the
I'm just wearing
microphone thing.
boxers.
Ezra
I
Miller.
got a shirt.
Back in the
our
news.
Naked HDXYZ is back. We haven't seen that guest in a
Oh.
while.
Big E will
that's right.
chat it up with her. Ezra Miller, the embattled star of Warner Brothers' The Flash movie, which has yet to be released, is charged with felony burglary in Vermont.
Again?
Is he gonna be? Is that movie getting released? I heard Warner
Yes.
Brothers is going forward with it.
Yes.
Yeah, they're still
They
going
are.
forward because
And they recast Henry Cavill.
yeah.
No, I have not
Yep.
heard that.
Yep. Henry Cavill. They won't sign Henry Cavill on for his asking price, so they rewrote it for Supergirl instead of Superman.
No,
You heard
Supergirl got canceled. Same with
no.
Batgirl.
Did you guys hear about
the Supergirl is still in the
McGregor's
Flash.
movie?
The Supergirl movie is canceled, but Supergirl is going to be in the Flash
We'll
instead
see.
of Henry Cavill.
You guys hear about
Nah.
McGregor's movie?
Who's McGregor?
Ewan McGregor?
Oh yeah, Point Break remake or not
Point Break.
That's the third remake then. How many times are you gonna
The
remake
bar,
Point Break?
the bar movie that
yeah,
Patrick Swayze
Roadhouse?
was in.
yeah,
What,
Roadhouse.
Oh, Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Yep, he's in
Okay,
Roadhouse.
that's interesting.
But anyway, Ezra Miller was supposedly it was just stealing alcohol out of someone's house. Guess the dude was
mean,
thirsty.
Boy, ain't
He was
right.
mad. He wasn't getting paid by Warner Brothers. They're like, we're gonna go ahead and keep going with the movie, but because you're a douchebag, we're not paying you for it.
He is a douchebag. This dude is just he's a troublemaker.
I mean,
He's a troubled
Does
person.
he fall under the Menendez clause? Like he just doesn't know any better?
And supposedly he started a cult somewhere. I mean, he's in the news like every other day. He's doing something stupid. It's like, and you're not even a teen pop star. Earlier this week, Pink Floyd's Roger Waters argued with CNN host on air about.
What are we, the news channel now?
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, is this the new format we're going with?
No. I'm just trying to.
Team
This is just to
reads the
spark.
news, we
This is the
react.
icebreaker. This is the icebreaker, and then we'll get into Magic's controversial.
This is the Tom trying to fade a gaslight somebody in here to start it all up. That's what it is.
I got
Something in the
plenty to
news is
talk
gonna
about here.
gaslight somebody.
No gaslighting here. We are just speaking basic truths and positivity. But Pink Floyd's Roger Waters argues with CNN host on the air about conflicts in Ukraine and China. He sat down with Michael Smerconish,
Oh, really?
and
Interesting.
he was basically arguing his point that taking the position that not all is as it seems when it comes to who's at fault for the fighting dragging on this long. So
It's the person who sucks at fighting's fault.
Well, that's how history will tell it.
I mean, history's telling it right now. Like it's literally, if you get two people fighting. Let's say me and Mike fight, which we've done, not physical, but we fight, right? And Mike can't beat me. I just keep defending myself. I keep beating, but Mike at the same time is saying, "I am Russia. I'm the biggest, baddest. I crush you under my thumb. Screw your Top Gun and your Rocky IV movie. I will kill you." Yet you haven't
Russian
beaten me.
accent turned into an Asian accent, just so you know.
Well, whatever. That's because there's a secret. There's a secret thing with China in there.
He's thinking about Bobby Lee.
Wow.
But you're saying you're gonna dominate. You're gonna kill this country. You're gonna knock them off the face of the planet. You're gonna wipe them out. Yet 9 months later, you still haven't done it, and you still can't do it, and you're actively fighting. So that's what I mean by the person that sucks.
I was gonna see if you caught that one. Good catch.
I did. It's the person that sucks. You can't fault the underground guy, the guy that needs all the help from all the other country. He's the little guy. He's the Chicken Little, or not the Chicken Little. He's the little guy.
Oh no, he's not fault.
He's
this. So he's not saying it's Ukraine's fault. Ukraine is just doing what it's trying to do and survive. He's not blaming Ukraine.
Covering up like in UFC, they're just covering up. You know, they're trying to get these little jabs out, and they're blocking all of Russia, but Russia can't do anything to finalize it. So it's Russia's fault that it's dragging out this long. You suck. I'm just saying.
Jumping over to some entertainment news, and this will get the party going right here. Rotten Tomatoes. Here's a couple of scores from Rotten Tomatoes. Recent stuff.
Here we go.
Prey, a Hulu movie.
Dope.
92% from the critics.
Wow.
81% from the audience.
Dope.
Whoa. That took a
It
time.
I got a thumbs
really
up.
good.
I'm 30 minutes in, and it's already giving a thumbs up. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a crappy movie like all the other ones.
Okay,
No,
I'm
it
watching that.
is a legit good movie.
I liked it.
I'm
I'll
actually
watch it.
shocked that
Tom, you
it
saw
went
it too?
like it was good enough that it could have been in the theaters.
Okay, Tom and Mike, A, B, C, D.
C+ for me.
Give me a real
Prey?
rating, Tom.
C+.
That's
I
real
did I
rating?
did enjoy it, but if I think about the reality of the battles that we've seen Predator fight, it's hard to think of this outcome being, for a fantasy show even. This is a tough outcome, right? Like I was
don't give it
expecting
away,
a
'cause
different
I haven't
outcome.
seen it yet.
Yeah, I was expecting a different outcome, but other than that, all the other aspects of it I thought were really good, and I was entertained.
B-. We're not that far line. It was it was what it was. It's not, Shawshank Redemption or anything.
Yeah, but the way you
for the
said,
genre of movie, it was B-. Really good.
the
I
way
really
you
enjoyed it.
intersected into it, Mike, I would have thought you would have given it a better grade.
B-
Well,
is a pretty damn good grade.
It's a good grade. I'll
And
put it to you this way.
compare it to the recent Predator
Compare it to Aquaman.
The Predator movies that have come out recently have been terrible.
No, it was a
yeah.
really good movie. I enjoyed it, especially for being on Hulu. I would have paid. I don't know if I would have paid to go see it in a movie theater, but had I gone and seen it in a movie theater, I would have been disappointed.
So here's kind of how I grade them. One, would I go see it in the theater? And then, will I go pay full price in the theater, or am I catching it on a matinee? I would have caught it on a matinee.
So Eric's part of the
and I
crew
haven't
now.
even finished the movie. I haven't even finished the movie.
Eric's part of the
Standard,
crew now.
yeah.
What's your grade, Eric?
He says surprisingly great movie. I bet you his is not.
I want a
far
grade
off.
though.
Did he grade it last night? I thought he graded it. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, I think he gave the same grade as you, B+ or B-. I don't do the grade thing. That's too hard for me.
Well, Tom just gave it a
C+.
Let's
C+.
give him a second, 'cause it's
C+.
C+. Yeah, Tom and I aren't that far off. Like I said, I probably wouldn't have gone and seen it in the theater, but if I had gone and seen it in the theater, I wouldn't have been disappointed.
I would have, like I
minus.
said,
A minus.
I would have paid matinee
Okay.
prices for that. Splurged
I don't
on
know.
a little popcorn.
I mean, on an off week, I might have gone and seen it.
Yeah.
If there was
I'm
nothing else,
not watching
okay.
it. I'm not watching it opening night though, or opening weekend. I'm definitely not paying full price for it.
Like I said, if
But
there was
yeah,
nothing
a
else
matinee
going on that
on a
weekend,
Tuesday.
maybe.
Yeah.
Bullet Train.
And that
Wait,
had
Is that on your score list up there, Tom?
No. I didn't
It's
notice
not.
that. I didn't see it on there, but let me look it up real
good to
quick.
know, Eric.
Yeah, I was probably expecting. I think I kind of went in with especially after the last Predator. I went into it with pretty low
All
expectations.
right,
I mean,
so
that's
just to
what I
catch me
would
up, the last Predator was
imagine
Predator
too.
versus Alien, right?
So look, here's how I look at it. There was Predator,
True.
everything else,
Oh, okay.
and then Prey. So
Okay.
I think there was a Predator versus Prey, and
Yeah, I saw the Predator versus
Yeah.
Alien, PvP, then PvP Requiem, and then they tied in the prequels with the originators
first
or
one.
architects or whatever.
with Alien and all
Yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, because you can't get
Yeah,
past Frank
all the
Dukes,
other Predator movies have been
Schwarzenegger,
trash.
the dude from the Tornado movie.
Jesse the
Yeah,
Body
dude, you
Ventura,
can't get past those. So I got a question.
Carl Weathers.
Definitely, dude. That was the epitome
Oh,
of
it really
the
was,
80s
yeah.
movies right there.
Point on.
And
Yep.
every big star.
For that style of movie.
They could have put the only people they left out of was
Sylvester
Chuck Norris.
Stallone.
That was literally that was the origin of the Expendables. Nope, that was the origins of the Expendables right there.
Ugh. That just popped up on my timeline the other day, and I was complaining about what a stupid, shitty series.
Yeah,
that
so
is. Hey, is
critics,
Bullet Train on your Rotten
53.
Tomato score?
Audience 78.
Wow.
Yeah, it was wildly entertaining. I give it a
Wow. That's really good.
give it a B plus. Good humor. It's kind of in the vein of I told you all to go watch,
Which
The
I did.
Gentleman, the Matthew McConaughey
Oh, all right.
flick. It's kind of in
Okay.
it's in that same kind of vein of a movie, like pretty entertaining. The story doesn't quite unfold until you get to the end, and things start coming together, and it all makes sense. It was Brad Pitt is. It's funny for him because he's a pacifist, and everybody keeps
Okay,
dying
no more.
around him.
What about like
Yeah.
who started the Sandman?
It's entertaining.
Who started it? Nobody?
Oh, I've heard good things about it. Haven't got there yet. We started that Reservation
Sandman's
Dogs
pretty
before we
good.
got into the Sandman.
Pretty good.
Critics
I keep
say
hearing good
87%. The audience says 86%. So that is good.
On the Sandman?
Yeah.
It's the best
On Sandman?
series lately for me. Hands down.
Did
No,
anybody
but
go
I
back
did-
and catch the bear.
I did.
Hulu.
I did tune it in,
Not yet.
That series I
but
talked about
as
last
the
week.
opening commercials were playing, I got sidetracked and had to go cut some grass. But audience score of 91%. Guess what the critics say though? Yeah. 100.
On the bear. What?
What?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a pretty
My
solid
tone
show.
threw you
That'll
off.
be on my
huh?
list this week. It did. You did good on that one.
Yeah, I thought I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be Mark
yeah, you
lower.
blew my mind.
And
on
there's
that
one called
Tom.
Blackbird.
Wow.
It's on Apple, which I don't have, but a critics 97%, audience 95%. So that's pretty high.
What's
Blackbird.
it called?
Yeah.
I've got
Really?
Apple.
Yeah, it looks something
Does it say
futuristic.
what the premise is?
Is it about the SR-71 Blackbird or
Possibly,
something
but that would
totally
be in the
different?
past. And then when I was in Rotten Tomatoes, there was an article on the top rated Marvel movies,
Oh,
according to
yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes, which I don't like this list. I think
Let's hear the list.
I think there's some
What's-
wokeness going on, but let's read it off. Number 5.
Let's start from. Okay, I was about to
Let's
say,
start
yeah,
with.
at
I'll do the
bottom.
top 5.
All right.
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
No Way Home. I'm trying to. All of
No Way
them
Home
have
was good.
home in it
No Way
some way,
Home?
so I gotta
No
think
Way
of
Home was
what that
good.
one's about.
I mean, that's the one that was just out. I mean, that was that was the biggest one of
Yeah,
all.
No Way Home is
Oh,
the most
okay,
recent
okay,
one,
okay.
right?
Yeah, the one with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm there.
Number
I'm
4,
tracking.
Thor.
people.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yep.
It's another. It's no, it wasn't bad.
Number 3.
I'm already out on this list.
3 is Iron
Nah,
Man
should've been
1
higher.
is number 3.
Yeah.
Well, keep going.
Yeah, I'm there.
What's
Okay.
next?
Number
I can see
2,
that.
number 2, Avenger Endgame.
Yeah,
Avengers
no way.
Endgame, number 2.
Not for me. Are they going
What?
Blockbuster?
Number 1. Well, remember
They're
I
gonna
said
say
the list
Captain
is kind of
America,
woke.
aren't they?
Winter Soldier.
Black
Oh
Panther.
no, Civil War.
Black
Oh,
Panther.
huh?
Oh, Black Panther. Okay.
And there's a lot of black dudes
yeah,
on TikTok
listen,
saying this list is whack because Black Panther wouldn't even be top 10, in real like Marvel lore.
I gotta. Definitely, yeah.
I
oh,
mean,
definitely,
it
for sure.
definitely cracks top 10
Not
for
definitely.
me, for sure. Mine, I have to say, is
I
probably.
would say Black Panther is more inspiring than all the other ones.
In-game.
As,
Yeah, I would
as
agree
far
with
as
that.
an inspirational
I would
movie, kind of like
absolutely
a Rocky
agree with
movie. Black
I would
Panther.
say in-game.
Marvel movie? Probably not. Go, Mike.
I've got in-game, No Way Home, Thor Ragnarok.
Is
Iron
Guardians of the
Man.
Galaxy not in your top?
Guardians.
Yeah, Guardians the
of
first
the
one is
Galaxy,
in
the
my-
first one.
For
number 5.
Marvel is probably my top 2. Loved it.
I just, I put the reason I put those two so high is I've never seen like being in a theater and the way the audience reacted in Endgame and in Spider-Man No Way Home. Like the audiences, like multiple times broke out in cheers, and I was just like, kind of one of those like when you elicit that kind of reaction from an audience in a movie theater. Like,
No Way
that
Home and
says something.
Endgame, even Infinity War
And
had
I-
a lot of audience reaction. So
Thor Ragnarok to me is the most entertaining. Like that's one of those movies. It's for me. Thor Ragnarok is on the same level
can
as
agree with
Drumline
that.
for me. If it's on, I'm watching it.
Yeah, like
Like
Footloose
I'm
was
stopping
on
and watching
today, and I had to watch
Ragnarok
that.
if it's on.
And that's kind of so.
Every time.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, there's
So
just
that's kind of how my list is. It's like my top 5 is going to be any of the ones that I'm going to stop and watch, like whether it's 5 minutes left or 10 minutes left, kind of like Top Gun. It could literally be the last 3 minutes. Tom Cruise could be on the plane and they're just cheering. I'm watching it. I already know the movie's over. The only line is left is, "You could be my wingman." Fuck that. You could be mine. And then there's credits. I'm still going to watch it. So my top 5 Marvel movies are all going to be in there. Ragnarok's in there. Black Panther's in there. Iron Man 1 is in there. Endgame for sure. That's honestly the 5th one. I've got a... it's really hard to pick a 5th one that exudes that kind of, stop. Oh, shit, that's what... Even if it's on TNT, I'll stop and watch it. I'm trying to think of a 5th one that hits that.
Iron Man. I only pick Iron Man 1 because I kind of hold it responsible for kicking off the whole Marvel genre.
Until they bring back
legit
Blade.
kicking
Will that
off the
take it
Marvel
out?
genre.
Well, we have to wait and
Even
see.
though
well, no, it's already been
I
kicked
mean, the
off.
story is up there for me.
I don't know. Yeah. Hey, our Naked XD friend is back.
I hope
Whoever
they
is
subscribe.
How do you
monitoring
think-
our chat.
How do you think that's going to play into the existing universe?
What is it?
Like, did Blade... If... So, they...
What?
The consensus is Blade started the MCU.
Right.
Well,
I don't
my
think the
question
universe
is this.
matters. And
They
So
can
was
make
Blade
up
in the
stuff now
snap?
whenever
They can
want.
Doctor
Did he-
Strange everything.
Right.
So the multiverse answers all the questions. Then. So Blade is just in another universe
Yeah.
where there was no snap.
But I love the premise of Blade.
I do. I'll watch it. I'm gonna hear everybody else's review before I go watch it. I'm not gonna see it opening weekend. I can't do that.
Sometimes
Why
the
would you
reviews
not go see
sometimes
one
the
of the-
reviews
You're not
will
going to see
ruin it.
Blade
though.
opening
Like,
weekend?
like you can be really excited
No, I
about
meant-
something, see some
I
bad
meant y'all's
reviews.
Yeah.
I meant y'all's reviews. I'm not Cisco.
But
Well,
isn't
we're not
Blade
gonna- we're not
important
gonna
enough
do
for
a
you to
true-
go see what, well, no matter what.
Oh, I'm gonna see it, but I'm not gonna go see it opening weekend.
I mean, that's when I would actually go to the theater.
Definitely.
Wakanda Forever.
What's our next Marvel movie that's coming out?
I think so, yeah.
What
And that's
does
where
that mean?
everybody's
we're
trying to
watching
guess
TV
who.
shows
That's
to
who.
get
Everybody's
villains.
trying to figure out who's going to be the next Black Panther.
Oh,
But
we already know.
9 days.
We
Yeah,
already know.
Yeah, we already know. 9
already
days
know.
for She-Hulk, right?
Sorry.
But that could be. So somebody told me that could
Yep,
be
next week. We got
not a
Groot.
MacGuffin. That could be a Shuri may wear it temporarily.
That's a false
Like,
flag,
Mom, I
man.
could do it.
False
No,
flag.
because she could possibly wear it in the series, just like
Yeah,
Michael
you're
B.
right.
Jordan wore it, and then the other Black Panther wore it as well. So she could be, hey, she wore it for a slight episode and got her ass whooped, and they're like, yo, you can't do this.
Well, you know they're always
But-
going to try to mislead you in the trailers.
Whose audio is choppy?
Is that me? Sibyllus? Microphone, check on 1, 2. What is
It's all
this?
of us.
It's Eric's
Check,
internet.
check. Ladies
Mike
and
D's.
gentlemen.
I'm surprised Mike has not done that at just once. Not ever once has Mike done a Mike D's check. Like like no Beastie Boy reference ever since we've been doing this podcast. You have not dropped a Mike D check or nothing.
Wait, are there who
Why
else?
you need
Oh,
to
I'm
check
the
it.
choppy one right now.
You need to check a.
Oh, Mike D. Choppy.
Yeah, it's good. Your graphics are. You and Tom are kind of going in and out. And
Damn.
Joey's fine.
Oh, just in here.
Yeah, and Ninja. Word to the ninja.
Well, typically you're going to look good to yourself because you're seeing your own stream
Your own right,
on an immediate
there.
connection. So it's really how it's how well you're connected to
Maybe I'm
me
just too
is
far
going
away
to
from the
depend
mic.
on what you look like in YouTube.
There's like a delay. When you say delay, can you give us more?
Do we need to do a clap check?
Was it like a Cremo? Was it a Cremo delay from last night? That's what Cremo. That's my brother, by the way.
Oh, here, you know what? I need.
I mean, in all fairness,
Well,
Eric,
it's going up
you're the
on
only
the
one we're really
interwebs.
talking to.
Yeah, we got 4.
We want it to look good.
All right, so that was the kind of the headlines from your dude DJ Tommy, aka Top G. Just kidding.
Oh, so you're seeing his lips move and then you hear him. Okay.
That's a trick he does.
Bam.
If he just
That
talks
is my
like this,
trick.
we'll never know.
I see his mouth move.
I'm a ventriloquist. Actually, Tom's a
Well, camera's
ventriloquist, so
frozen.
you hear the
Well,
sound and
camera's
then my lips
frozen.
move.
Yeah, don't go for AGT, buddy.
It doesn't work. All right, we got to jump into Magic said he's got some controversy that he wants to bring to the table.
Go for it.
I feel like we already. Yeah, let's get into it. I mean, we know it's not controversial at this point since we pre-argued it.
He tries to act like he's frozen.
He's still moving though, even though he's trying.
You see like a little bead of sweat coming
Except
down
for
his
light
forehead.
is fading in and out
There's
in the
some,
background.
Like he keeps shaking the desk or something.
It is. That's why I kind of moved my desk away a little bit. But no, like I said, it wasn't controversial. I know a lot of people said that Lightyear flopped because it was too woke and too everything, and I really didn't see that. They're saying it flopped. Like
it did at the box office. It did really bad. It barely broke 100 million.
So I guess that's flopping in today's standard, but also remember these people that say it flopped ate Tide Pods. So
right. Well, it all depends on how much money they put into it. You know.
I liked it. I thought it was a good story.
I mean, that's actually, Terrence, your best point yet. If you get points and you've got a counter for points, you definitely get a point for that.
I see it as it was
All
it's very entertaining. I haven't finished the entire thing yet. The wokeness part, I guess I'm gonna say, was obviously the chick that had the same-sex marriage and apparently adopted a kid, but I don't get that. That was gonna be the other thing I brought up. Like, why is everybody like this? Throwing it in your face is one thing, but just showing it because that's just the life that they live and that's part of the story. I don't see that as being woke. I think it's just being realistic.
Woke. I have a problem with it. That's why I won't go see the movie, and I won't want my kids to see it because I don't want to normalize that. And by saying it's okay, you just normalize it. And I mean, there's some people. I guess some people are still like somewhat religious in this world. Christianity's kind of jumped off a cliff recently, but I don't know. Some people still try to abide by some principles of their religion.
And I could see that. I could definitely see that in some aspects of things, but I also see it as this. And ironically, I kind of got in this discussion with my mom on one of our little arguments or tiffs or whatever you want to call them.
Don't argue with your mom, 40, jeez.
Dude,
You're arguing with your mom for?
I you know what? Let me pause for a second. For all of those, I apologize. For all the arguments that you all thought I was crazy, I totally see where I get it from now. And it's
arguing with your mom.
Literally an issue of, dude. All right. We came home from one of our doctor's appointments, and obviously I have a Latin families and Asian families around. And before we even get out of the car, my mom's like, those Spanish people are having another chica party or whatever. I'm like, it's a fucking quinceañera. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Like this is where you're at. I'm like, you're still in this day and age. You know, you're just gonna say these racial terms like it's nothing. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, so yeah, I get in these little.
I don't know. I just feel like you can't hold old people accountable. Let old people just live out their.
You can
live out your day.
You're literally doing it yourself. You yourself are doing it. You're saying that you don't want to normalize it, but you, and this is just my perspective on it. I will take you out. I've lived long enough of life to come up with my own decision. Same-sex marriage.
But you're an adult. That's fine for you.
You want to do it also. Yes, but here's the problem with that. Our class of 93, probably a good third of the kids there.
And that's fine. When you're at that age.
So yeah, it was normalized when I was high school.
I think you're overshooting. Yeah. I think you're grossly overshooting on that
number. There's a large number.
Go on. I get the gist of what you're saying. It started becoming normalized.
Again, I have a brother who's part of that community, and I'll say it to you the way I say it to him. As long as you don't push it on me and force it on me, I'm fine with that. But if it's your everyday life, you say, "Hey, we're having a dinner party, come over." I'm not gonna not come over because I know you have a life partner there. That's just your life.
You're a grown-up, though. Do you think kids have the strength that you have to resist something being pushed on you?
The kids have a.
Hold on. Can I pause that conversation for a second though? Have you ever gone back and watched any of the cartoons that we've grown up with? Like, here's what we got to pretend. We got to quit the idea that we had these altruistic cartoons that we watched as a kid as well. Like, look, I'm not I don't care what you want to call me. I really don't. But there was racism mixed into our cartoons as a kid growing up. There were some very, very, very adult themes and topics in the cartoons growing up that we watched. Tom and Jerry, Bugs Bunny, all the Flintstones. Like, don't even get me started on that. Like, listen, all of that stuff has always existed about stuff that you don't.
Kids don't get it. That's why I go watch Disney movies.
Kids don't notice it.
Cartoons.
Like they're not. Now, if you're a parent teaching certain things, like when that pops up and you pause and you explain, hey, look at this moment in this cartoon and associate it with it, that's a different story. But I promise that if you have I don't know how old your youngest is, Tom, but I'll say 6. Your 6-year-old goes and watches Buzz Lightyear
because she's going to think it's normal at that point.
Her mind.
See, and that's what I don't want.
All right, so here, I'll put it to you this way. Here, hold on a second. Hold on. I have a counterpoint to this.
Here's the counterpoint. As you a parent, how you raise your kid.
I can prove that you're incorrect.
But that's why Lightyear's flopping, because I'm not the only one who feels that way.
So let me ask you
this. Is there a
this.
specific scene that you guys are talking about?
There is Alexis used to watch Powerpuff Girls all the time. Oh, damn it. Alexa, stop. So kid used to watch Powerpuff Girls all the time. You go back and watch Powerpuff Girls now. Mojo, Jojo.
It ain't woke.
And Dexter's Laboratory. No. Watch the episodes that aired back then. And you will see all of the adult humor that's in there.
But it's not woke. I'm not saying I'm fine with adult humor.
What's woke? I mean, explain this to me.
But it's woke. But it's both.
Woke is basically the imprint, the desire to imprint someone else's beliefs into the culture and into what you're kind of ingesting.
Okay, I get that. What I'm saying is, what's the wokeness of the movie that you're avoiding?
Well, it's what Terrence had mentioned.
Same-sex marriage.
Yeah, it's not even superly over the top. They open up a room and there's 2 women standing in a room together, and it implies that
it goes over a time.
They're married
time
and
travel,
this is their daughter.
It literally starts out, hey, blah blah blah. He left, comes back. Hey, you're married. Yeah, I met her on the science team. Then they get married. Then they have a kid. Blah blah blah. And time just keeps going, and then she dies. It's kind of like that scene in Up. It's like a montage of like
I get
maybe 5 minutes. If that.
I mean, being a parent.
Yeah, it's
being a parent. Real quick, being a parent, I understand if somebody doesn't want their kid to see something. Full-hearted understand.
Sure, I do too.
Now, me, I could care less if my boy saw that, but
yeah, look, this is not meant. I don't say this as an indictment on Tom and your parental style. That's not my point of this. My point of this is, I think about us as kids. Again, a lot of our, if you think about all the cartoons that we watched as Gen Xers, the stuff that we watched, it was all
racist.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Bigotry.
Well, no, there was definitely a lot of racist elements in the cartoons that we watched. And no, there was that too. There was, but what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's like propaganda. It was pro-U.S. propaganda. I mean, that's literally a lot of those cartoons were created to do.
I'm actually great with that.
Propaganda.
You know what? I'll take all the pro-U.S. propaganda you can throw at me. Why do you think Maverick is the #1 movie this year? People are eating it up. They want more of it.
I get that. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just using as a point of reference that it was pro-U.S. propaganda. As a kid, though, you don't pause to you're not developed enough to even think about what that means, what you're being subjected to. You see a freaking rabbit or a coyote run off the side of a cliff, by a Roadrunner and it's funny to you. Like
I can't attest to those.
That's all I'm saying.
Real.
Is no kid, unless they're being actively educated on a topic, is going to watch that movie and think anything about that throwaway scene. You and I know it's put in there for political reasons, but no more different than all the crap that's been thrown in every cartoon. Look, man, you really want to twist your noggin? Drop a couple hits of acid and go watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Wait, which one though? The original
ass movie. The first one, and
like Wizard of Oz.
The original. It's twisted. Like you watch that
Wizard
movie
of Oz.
differently.
It's not as bad as
But-
Willy Wonka.
So what?
Snozberries taste like snozberries. Look,
we just watched it the other day. Actually,
saying that
I just bought it.
Yeah,
I just
listen.
bought it on Amazon. Yeah,
It's a great movie.
What? Willy Wonka? You're missing the important part of what I said here. Go drop a couple hits
or
of
in
acid.
your case, start out with
and
some
then go watch
edibles
the
and
movies.
watch it, and then work your way up to the hits. All I'm saying is this: we grew up with it. Your kids already grew up with it because one of them now has a kid of her own. So, and it didn't really influence their lives. Now, my question to the people with pick kids here and that are parents, my question is, would you rather your kids not necessarily be normalized to it, but realize that that exists now? Or would you rather them wait till high school or college, whatever, and then they see it and they're like, "Oh my God, ooh!" And now they're the Sheldon of their demographic of kids.
Yo, listen. That's actually real talk right there. For me,
America.
growing up, I grew up in a military family and military base. I had no concept of what racism was. I don't think I had any idea or any concept of what racism was until.
well, what about all the
probably
cartoons you were just
sometime
talking about
after I was
with the
18 living with
racism?
Terrence.
That's his point, Tom.
You never think about
That's
it.
my
Wait,
point.
did you not listen to his point?
That is my point. It wasn't until I saw
Because-
it firsthand that I was
Because
like,
because I'm trying
shit,
to
this
trying
is
to
like
understand
a
what
real
racism
thing.
you're talking about in the cartoons.
You guys
Song
are
of the
talking
South.
about either.
The Three Crows.
blackface.
The what?
Like,
That
Like
was a
the Three
cartoon
Crows.
before us,
Yeah,
guys.
like
the Three Crows are in Dumbo.
the Three
The Three
Crows,
Crows
the
on Dumbo?
Longhorn.
Songs of the South.
Yeah, like blackface was
the
all
Jiminy
over
Cricket song.
different
all
cartoons.
Of those.
Like,
Disney won't
Well,
even release
I'll be
that
honest with you. I don't
movie.
think blackface is racism.
yeah, pretty
I
explicit
mean,
stuff.
you're dressing up. It's a costume. You know, that's an
You're
attitude.
dressing up-
That's
all
an
right, so think of it this
attitude.
way.
That's a victim attitude trying to say everything is racism.
Well,
You're
and
dressing up as a black
technically,
person.
It's not
and-
something
and-
that I
and-
can judge.
Robert Downey Jr. did it. No one's saying racism
What I'm,
because
some
they
people
like
did
Robert
call it
Downey
racism.
Jr.
No, some people call it racism. But what I'm saying, what Mike is talking about, blackface, Soul Man came out in the 80s. There were people that
Not
had issues with
racism.
that. There were people that had issues with it.
Exactly, because they
Well,
wanted to be
that's the thing
victims.
is-
They want to say it's racism because they need every excuse to be a victim.
This is an argument that we can have. I don't know if I want to have it here. Because the simple fact is, look, in today's day and age, for you to take in a professional actor, put Tom Cruise in blackface instead of hiring Michael B. Jordan. Why would you do that? Why would
He's
you
not
have
playing
to
a black
hire-
person. He's playing a person pretending to be a black person. That's
No,
the
no, no,
difference.
No. That's not. That's no. Blackface is not that. Blackface is taking a white actor or an actor that is not black, putting them in blackface, and you're playing a black man as a comedic role.
As a
Or-
comedic
or-
role,
and-
it's
whoa, whoa,
fine
whoa, whoa,
because you're
hold on,
pretending.
Hold on. That's called a minstrel. That's a minstrel. Blackface is taking a white actor or non-black actor, put him in blackface, and they're playing a normal role, not comedic. but
We
a
haven't
bit
had
part.
that. When have we had that?
Dude,
With-
have you not
with
watched
Robert
any
Downey Jr.
movies?
But he was
do you think
pretending
the
to be a
whole-
black person.
That
Yeah.
That was
No.
complete mockery.
Robbie Downey Jr. was a mockery of that. That was.
I don't
know
totally
that
get
that's
it
in the
myself,
same-
but
yeah, I don't think that's in the same category.
Soul Man was
Soul Man
straight
was a
one.
person pretending to be a black person to get
Right,
into
to get a
college.
college
And they
scholarship.
took- and-
But he wasn't
and they
playing
took-
a black person. He was playing a white person pretending to be a black
pretending to be
person.
black, and that's why there were small
Not
issues with it,
racism.
but hold on, that's not the same issue as standard blackface. Why do you think people went with the whole Aunt Jemima thing?
Well, what then?
Because that's
Then
based on
tell me a
blackface.
movie that has real blackface.
Okay, let me.
Google.
I don't even know if I want to.
Yeah, you're gonna
entertain Google this.
right. You're gonna
Yeah, you're
Google
gonna have
something.
You're talking
100
about
years
movies from,
ago.
like the 60s and
I mean,
70s.
what about all those?
Well,
Yeah,
but that's not 100 years ago.
it's not.
We
It's
were
maybe
born in the
50 years
70s.
ago, 60 years ago.
Well, name one. I mean, was there
this
one in the
is
70s? I don't even think there was one in the
What about all
70s.
the people that
Lifetime.
played Native Americans that weren't Native American?
That's a form of blackface. They call it red face.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Okay, here's a
how
great
is that
one.
any
It's
different?
like,
I mean, that was explicit in
Theron.
the.
Playing in
What about
Ghost
it?
in the Shell or Aeon Flux. That's an Asian role. It's literally based
Who-
on manga, and it's hold on. It's
See,
an
this is the
Asian
problem.
lady.
People think that Hollywood is made of actors. An actor is playing a role. You're playing a character. Like, this is what's irritating. Like when they say, "Oh, in these cartoons, you got what's his name that does Family Guy." It's like he shouldn't be voicing the
Seth
role.
MacFarlane?
He shouldn't be doing black people's voices. You should get black people to do black people's voices. It's like that's Seth
That's
MacFarlane. Let him do whoever he wants.
That's totally
It's-
separate. But how would you feel if they hire? What's the guy that plays the Viking guy in Valhalla? Whatever. You get that guy, and you say, "All right, I'm hiring. And we're gonna hire this guy. And we're gonna make a new Bruce Lee movie, and he's playing Bruce Lee. He's got blonde hair and blue eyes. We're not changing nothing. Just use your imagination that he's a small Asian man."
No one
That's-
would. No one
that's
would go
blackface.
see that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because know what they
that'd
would
be a
do?
dumb move.
They would put him in a little gi.
Yeah, maybe Michael have a
Let-
better
let me give
example
you
of that because that
let me
Bruce
throw
Lee
something
one's
in front of
terrible.
This group and see. So I think we do have a
Yeah.
good example.
Little
Do
bit.
we all have a love of James Bond
Sean
here?
Connery.
Yes, I do. I'm a fan of.
Tom,
Yes, I do.
you like you some James Bond, right? Are we gonna have an issue
No,
Not at
if
all.
James Bond
not even
is
close.
Idris Elba?
I would have a problem if James Bond was a woman. I would.
Okay.
If they made James Bond a woman, I would
personally
have a
won't.
problem.
I hope
But
that happens.
Idris Elba would be great
Why?
because his
yeah,
name is
James
James
Bond.
Bond. He's a dude.
Unless her name's James, but
It's Bond. The last
No,
name is Bond.
then change the character. Make it Jane Bond or somebody else. It doesn't need to be.
You're missing the point.
You're missing the
you're
point that there's no
I mean-
point of reinventing someone as a woman when they're
It's not
already a
reinvent-
great
it's not
person.
reinventing.
Yeah, it's exactly reinventing. See,
It's
this is the
not.
problem
It's
with
like
Hollywood right
watch
now.
A-Team, and the CIA guy goes, "Hey,
You've had a little dose of
Smith.
wokeness.
I knew a Smith in Vietnam. He worked for the company." It's like, yeah, my granddad knew a Smith. He was in
Let's see
Korea.
how good it'll
Yeah,
do
my
at the box
granddad knew
office
one
then.
in Germany.
Talk someone into
It's
making that
really
movie and let's see how it does. Idris Elba would be a big hit though. I think he would be. I think he would.
Angelina Jolie as the new Bond.
No.
I don't know. I don't know who's the big female actress right now. I actually ScarJo maybe. No, she's a little old now too. Who is the next big female actress?
I'm lying.
No.
There-
Tom, I don't think Tom's wrong on that aspect. I think you can't put I don't know that you'd be able to put
There is a female that I'd be
a
okay in
female
James
in
Bond
the
role.
James Bond role. And
Gina
Margaret
Carano.
Thatcher.
Yeah. I mean,
well,
there's
look,
a
they
girl
put
that's 007 now,
007
but she doesn't have to be
female in the
named
last
James
movie.
Bond, and that's fine.
Gina Carano would be the perfect 007.
Correct.
Hollywood is
but
not
she got
doing
canceled.
business with her anymore.
Oh, I didn't know that. What
It's
happened?
canceled.
She's
What
The
is
whole,
she's
uh,
too
the
right
whole
wing.
Mandalorian thing.
She's anti woke.
Same. There is definitely
Oh, gee.
a conservative
I'm gonna put
bias
it this
that
way.
exists.
I know, I
I
get
just
it,
want
but it drives me.
entertainment.
It
I don't care
drives
if
me
it's
There
black.
is.
I don't care if
I
it's
mean,
white.
there is.
Don't be an asshole
isn't-
about it.
Huh?
Just, I want to be entertained.
What drives you nuts?
that it exists.
That we said it or that it
exists because
exists?
These are Is there Tide Pod eating participate?
Hey, our
They must think
girlfriend is
they
back.
must think we have a
award-winning.
big audience to be wasting time posting. Nigga for you.
No. Either that or Eric Big E is drawing them all
Big A,
here.
Are you? Oh my! What the?
I don't know what they're doing.
I hopefully I've got it for good
Oh, hold on.
because they've added a feature.
Oh yeah, some kind of filter, huh? Like
If
blocking.
Hide users comments.
if they did a 007 movie and just titled it 007
Well, that's a different
and
story.
it was a
Yeah, no
female,
problem at all.
You don't have a problem.
Because it can. It's. I mean, we're already seeing it. Yeah. No problem.
007 Bond's
There's
daughter,
just no
you don't have
reason
a
to
problem.
change
what
James
it is,
Bond.
Eric?
Am I locked up?
No.
All right, browser's locked up.
No.
I was trying to blow out the Yahoo chat window.
Listen, there is going to be a large portion of people that, if they hire
I
Idris
would
Elba
almost
to
say
do
that could
James
trigger.
Bond, there's going to be
I don't think
a
so.
large
I don't
portion
think
of
so
people
anymore.
That are going to have an issue.
Maybe 15
hope
years
not.
ago.
I think.
I hope not.
I mean,
I
he's
agree.
English.
He could
He's
do a
British.
way awesome.
because I
He's
hope
British.
That
You know, he
happens.
fits all the criteria. Good-looking dude. You know,
He'd be so
physically,
dope for James Bond.
you know, like a domineering presence.
Yeah,
It's been.
he'd
I've
be-
heard it talked about.
I
my
hope that
homies.
happens.
It's been thrown around, and it's been thrown around.
I've heard it. I've heard it for years.
Well, now that they
I mean,
wrapped
that's
up the
been thrown
Daniel
around for a
Craig, I
long
think
time.
it's definitely a possibility. Of course, he did
Damn
that
it,
dumb
Robert.
Suicide Squad movie, though. That was dumb.
Anyways, yeah, I was shocked that he was in that.
because I felt like, you know what?
That was
When
so
when I saw him
bad.
in that movie, I felt like, oh, I guess Will Smith didn't want to renew, and then Idris was like second choice. That's how I felt. Like he was just the leftovers of Will Smith.
remnants of the smack.
Hey, speaking of Will Smith,
No.
has anybody
No.
seen his recent
Somebody was
apology tour?
Well, somebody was did a TikTok where they
It
were
wasn't
holding up
bad.
cue cards of his speech. So they would cut over to, you know, holding up the cue card and like sniffle. You know, like they'd even put words in there like sniffle a little. And I guess they were just making a mockery of it.
Listen, I have a general overall rule when it comes to apologies. And he did not break that rule at all. Anytime you're issuing an apology to somebody and it's apology, I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
It's
I'm
not an
sorry, I'm
apology.
sorry, and then you use the
Right.
word but, anything that comes after that word but is what they really mean to say. And if you go watch that entire thing,
But
he never does that. So I genuinely believe that was a very sincere.
I think
what if
so.
he knew not to use
heartfelt
the word but?
apology from the man?
It wasn't in the cue
Yeah.
cards.
Maybe. You've got to be pretty
Not
skilled
really. You
to
just
make
had
an
to have
apology and
heard
not use
that
the word
analogy
but.
before.
You gotta
I've heard
be-
it. They said it at GoDaddy. There was some little training thing or whatever. They're like, you know, and they said literally exactly what you just said. If you use the word but, everything during an apology, everything after that word but is what you meant, and your apology is invalid.
I feel like you've probably heard that from me, and you're
no,
mixing it
no,
with
because
GoDaddy.
I was never in any training that you gave or any leadership thing that you gave.
I'm not saying that. I've been saying that before
Yeah.
I worked at GoDaddy.
I'll
I've been
agree with
saying
that.
that about apologies
Yeah.
for
That part I don't
a
know.
long
Yeah,
time.
but I heard it at some meeting or whatever.
I'm a big believer.
So for
in
those
that.
of
Like,
us
listen, if
that
you're
have
gonna
not watched it-
apologize. You don't apologize. You don't apologize for the sake of the person that you're giving the apology to. You give an apology because you're genuinely sorry for what you have done. It's not up for you at that point to have that person accept your apology. In fact, You can apologize to somebody, and you can't be upset if they don't accept your apology. Because if you get upset and they don't accept your apology, then you weren't really sorry.
Or they're
to
just
begin
not
with.
over it.
I mean, I don't totally agree with the butt thing, but that's just me. But yeah, it depends on what they say. It depends on what's said
Really?
after the butt.
If I'm saying to you, if I've done you wrong, if I've done something wrong,
But you
by
asked for it.
and I'm like, Joey, I'm really sorry. Hey man, I'm really sorry. And then I follow up with like, but here's why I did it. Then my whole thing, then what I've just said
Rationalizing, I
to
get
you
it.
is, hey, I'm sorry. Here's
get it.
I'm in the
why
right
I've
in doing
rationalized
so.
what I've done to you. And I need you to accept that part. I don't need
Here's
you to
what
accept
you
me
did
to
that made me
accept
do what
why
I'm
I've done
apologizing for.
It's just a two-step process once they say
And
that.
I'm going to
That's
throw
all.
in a
Right,
little Ricky Bobby
exactly.
and say, with all due respect, because
I
they
get what you're saying. I just have a difference of opinion.
With all due respect, which means there's no
I
respect.
just have a difference of opinion.
What's that, Joey?
bless your heart.
Yes, I
Listen,
do.
you don't get to have a difference
Bless
of opinion
your
on this show.
But
But
With all due respect.
oh, and on that Will Smith thing, of course,
Sum
Andrew
up what he said, though.
Andrew Tate had a reaction to it. He said it was genuine, but what he should have did was
But? He said but?
he said he should have dropped his wife a long time ago, because this is the root of all of Will Smith's problems is Jada.
probably.
Has anybody done any
No.
investigation?
No.
This
Sum up
guy,
what he
Andrew
said.
Tate.
He didn't sum up what Will Smith's little
Guy's a
apology thing
douchebag.
was. Did he give a reason why he did it? Or he just... Okay. He's just sorry that he did it.
No, not at all. He in fact, he even at one point stopped. Look, in fairness, I saw the TikTok versions of these. I saw it was on Will Smith's channel. So there was like, it was broken into like 4 clips, like a total of 12 minutes or something like that. But he even at one point, it was somebody interviewing him and asking him just point blank questions, like, and it's been a couple weeks since I watched it some, and I'm old, so I'm not going to remember all of it. But it was interesting because they even said something about, why didn't you apologize to Chris Rock in that moment? And he's like, listen, my emotions were running high.
What?
I wasn't thinking about it. I was angry.
Wait, isn't however like but?
However, no, he's that's
Okay.
not part of the apology at that point. He was not. I have another rule. If you say but before your apology, I also believe still what comes after the but is what you actually mean. So his whole thing saying about I did Chris Rock wrong. I tried reaching out to him. I understand that why he wouldn't talk to me, but look, and he stops and he looks at the camera and he's like, Chris, I mean this to you with all my heart. If there's ever any point that you are willing to talk to me again, I would love to have this conversation. And he just goes on and apologizes to him. There was more to it. It was really good. I felt very sincere apology. Look, we don't get to judge another man's heart, I guess. Just
I think so.
appeared to me.
I think
to
he's had
be
some.
a
I mean,
sincere
I do believe he's had some massive fallout from it, but I think
he's,
I think it's
Lionel Richie.
sincere. He's Lionel Richie.
I think Will Smith is in a Lionel Richie type relationship that
Look,
he is not
the thing
willing
about
to
Will Smith.
speak up on yet for whatever reason. I believe him and Jada had a very abusive
who and who?
relationship.
Him and
where
Jada?
He is actually getting the brunt of the abuse. It may not be physical, may just be verbal, but he's not willing to speak up on it yet.
I mean, if you were to believe what you hear about their relationship, it does not appear to me to be a very healthy relationship from either side. And again, you don't know what their understanding is, what their agreements are, all of that stuff. I'm just saying, based on rumor mill gossip, things that they've openly talked about, how they act together in public, it does not appear on either side that is a healthy relationship. It is more. It seems to be more of a
Definitely.
marriage of convenience. And
Now they found us a
this
girl.
Naked HD just don't give up. Yeah,
But I
it
deleted
seems
it
to be
already.
more of a marriage of convenance than anything
they're
else.
back.
Maybe a
Full
marriage of
effect.
blackmail. No,
Oh, you can still
I
see
can
it,
see
that
that
I
you
deleted
deleted
it,
it
okay.
again.
Oh, view deleted message.
Yeah, I can see that.
Isn't
you
there a
deleted
ban
it.
option?
Man,
Yeah,
I've
I
had
gotten
to
in
stop
like
counting,
6 yawns this show.
Yeah, because
I did like 4 and none of mine counted.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I
No,
know
it's
that
just
trick.
every time I do this right now.
I know that trick. That's all right though. It was a gag thing anyway, so.
I mean, it's time anyway, so. Mike
But I am going to
to
try to watch The Bear because I'm curious now about that 100%.
Based on those Rotten Tomato reviews, I got to check that out too. What was the other one, Mike, that I'm supposed to watch? Oh,
Sandman.
Blackbird.
Oh wait, no, you were talking about Sandman. Blackbird's on Apple, which I don't have.
The Sandman's a must, you guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna watch.
And you're
other
gonna
things
watch
before
Prey,
I watch
right?
Sandman.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah,
finish watching
Prey.
Prey. Ooh, look at that.
It's worth watching.
Prey is good. I'm still throwing it out there that did you guys ever
No.
go back and revisit
No,
The Wire?
So I've tried to, in all my services that I use, The Wire.
They're back. The Wire is good.
You see
The
the
Wire,
Orville.
though,
do you see the ads for
I
House of Dragon coming up?
Yeah, that looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys watch the
Oh yeah, that's coming
that
up
video
this
that I
month, isn't
posted
it?
with all the previews?
Yeah.
I mean, almost everything on there looked pretty good. I was impressed by that Comic-Con trailer.
Yeah, they are.
Wait, are you talking
flooded.
about Blackbird
we
the
can't
series,
stop 'em
TV
tonight.
series?
Yeah, 2022.
Jimmy King begins a 10-year prison sentence. He gets an incredible offer. He can elicit a confession from the suspected killer. Completing this mission becomes a challenge of a lifetime. Yeah, that doesn't look like
Yeah, it's.
I wonder why this bot is coming after us
occasionally,
so hard tonight.
But
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
see if there's a way to block those.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah, it's been
It's
it
been
has
a while
been like
since
6
this
weeks.
bot has popped up.
Well, who created the stream?
Yeah.
Well, it's on the channel.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Tom creating the stream. It's just there's a live. There's probably a robot searching for live videos.
Yeah, I used to do that. Just search for random live things. Crazy stuff you come across.
Camgirls.com does not count as we'll search for a live stream.
No, did you know Facebook Live used to have a map you could go to, a world map, and it would show dots everywhere that somebody was live. At
You
that moment.
introduced me to that, Tom.
Yeah.
And that thing was cool. But there would be, like, if you go to like Cambodia and areas like that, there would be like some crazy X-rated stuff on Facebook that, because it just takes them too long to get to it and block it or delete it. But while they're live, I mean, they can go like an hour and before they're detected, and it's just hardcore.
Going again there. See that?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were
yeah.
on it though that time.
Well, we're closing out
Joey's the
anyway.
toad
Hey,
like
if
the
you guys
predator.
are
The
here
bots.
and you have not hit that follow button, make sure, or the subscribe button, make sure you subscribe.
But do it quickly while it's free.
Hey, do you know? What do you guys think of switching over to Twitch on this?
I don't know what that means.
How about no?
Well, Yeah, that was good timing, Terry.
That was
Yeah,
actually well
we can-
played. Whoever did
I mean,
that
just
one.
being blunt, we can monetize at 50.
I mean, I don't care. There's a lot of.
But we're building up our hours count here. We're at almost 200 public hours.
Oh, we're still gonna
But
post
can we
videos just as
stream
much as we would.
to both?
No, you
Isn't
just
there
stream
an
to
option to
Twitch.
stream
and then-
to?
Does Twitch have to
just
be
and
live?
YouTube?
What?
Yeah, Twitch has to be live.
Well, I mean,
YouTube,
we
you just
can
put the
use
video.
Restream and stream on both.
Yeah.
I just have to see how much that costs. Oh wait, OBS 28 might do it. Have we talked about that here?
Yeah, but Twitch
Yeah, we
has
did
a
talk
rule.
about that
Twitch
last
has
week,
a rule
right?
about streaming live on both platforms.
Oh, Twitch has a rule.
What? So they
What's the
monitor
rule?
you and be like,
No
oh, you
do
can't
that?
do it?
Really?
You know do
Supposed
that?
to. Yeah.
Oh.
People do it, so. I mean, I'm
Well,
okay if
Twitch is
if somebody
just a
wants
woke
to.
company.
I know
set
like
that up.
Round Eye Company.
There might be a way for me to add another channel to making the podcast too. I'll look into it.
So when you go into your settings now to stream out, how many options do you see in your server settings, Sam?
90.
Because I have Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Restream, Twitter.
Hey, I don't think we talked about this.
shit.
Do you all
Tomorrow night.
want to
Sure.
join our,
Same
our
time?
making the podcast tomorrow?
Yeah, same time.
We talked about that beforehand, but I think it would be cool.
So everybody can meet
I
you
think it would
guys.
be cool to bring you guys on that podcast to get some of our. I don't think people understand. Now listen, here's our ask, because we don't get into this woke
Can
conversation.
I make
on
funny?
that
Can I
channel
make funny
tomorrow.
Asian voices?
Yeah.
That's the only.
Since
Can
you're
I
Asian.
can I use my can I make
yeah,
my sound
listen.
bites? Can I do those? Am I allowed
Certain
to do
ones.
those?
I don't like all of your sound bites.
Mike's rethinking, and I was like,
For
oh
that
shit.
channel, I mean.
All right, never mind. We ain't having you guys on. Never mind.
Tom. Yeah, I do think we should. I do think we should bring you guys onto that one, just so people that if they enjoy this dynamic here, they can.
Hey,
Because I don't think our audience over there, because we do have a
raise my
more
hand for
active audience on
We have
that
more,
on that podcast.
followers.
how do you guys feel about streaming to Cam
What?
Soda or Chatterbait? Because apparently those are options in the OBS 28. There's like
what?
50 options.
I mean,
They got
listen, if we
Bongo
can
Cams,
monetize, I'm down to
Boxcast,
go
Breakers
wherever.
TV, Cam4, Cam Soda, Chatterbait, Facebook Live, Event Live, that Restream one that Tom was talking about. There's literally like
The
an
Restream
app
is like
load of-
$55 a month.
Yeah, we ain't doing Restream.
there's a lot of them on here, along with Twitch TV and a bunch of others. So, and a custom server.
I'm showing a
mean,
fifth connection to our
It's
ninja.
$12 a month for each of us. Who cares?
That's
Probably
weird.
Mike.
Oh yeah, that's because I
Okay.
dumped out of the old one and came back in.
And
on
now
the
I'm
Mike
seeing your
one.
lip
I found
sync
the right
problem.
one.
You are like,
Yeah.
you're like 5
Maybe I'm
seconds
the
off
limit.
or something. Maybe 3 seconds. When you talk, I hear you and then I see your lips move.
Oh,
Hey Eric, they're both good. They're different though.
I can't see why I'm not seeing this chat anymore.
yeah. Listen, Big E, man, you are our audience on this one. Are we just? Do we need to bring the man on camera?
I don't know how
He
we're
is
gonna fit on the
actually
screen.
he's getting his own
Get over it?
podcast. He's got his OBS. He's been building up his scenes and getting his
I saw him. I got a preview
Yeah.
of it last night after our thing when we were working on a stream deck. So
Oh, he'll jump on for sure.
yeah, definitely jump in. We can do a middle screen.
He's a
can't we?
connoisseur of podcast.
I mean, he's the only one I
Nah,
know
we got
that
all
sticks
kinds
with
of
us
fans
beginning
out
to
there.
end.
Yeah, fan.
All right.
Yeah,
am I
let's
allowed to have
let's
that
plan on doing
the
that tomorrow
podcast?
night.
Can I have that on my screen, or do I have to take that off?
On Twitch off.
But I don't know how the connecting works. I don't know how any of that Twitch works.
Don't worry, I'll send you the link.
All right. So you're
Yeah, I don't
going to
even know
send us
that
links. We
you're gonna
just jump on.
use-
Yep.
Is it browser or do we have to install something?
It's Ninja.
Oh, you're using Ninja. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and
Go
you're going.
Ninja.
Oh, okay.
Ninja. Go Ninja.
Yeah.
So you're just going to Twitch through OBS. That just simplified things for me. Okay.
Yep.
10-4.
But I need to figure out audio, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. I don't know how to get individual links, so you might have to show me that.
Oh, like just so you have the same links and you can pre-program your scenes.
Yeah. So anyhow,
Go in. Well, all right.
Zach.
Next time we'll walk through that.
Hey, make sure if you're gonna do the scenes tomorrow, Joey, make sure you promote the Enough to Be Dangerous
yeah, of course.
in that overlay.
7 o'clock, same time.
Yeah, I got to make an overlay for it. I always do that.
Same.
Come on now. Come on now.
Same.
Oh, wait.
right.
So that means today's.
That's going to be a
Monday, right?
wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for sticking with us for this episode
we'll
of
be
Enough
back
to Be
again.
Dangerous.
3 days of.
Once again, don't forget, subscribe, smash the like button, share the video with your friends, comment below, and we will catch you next Monday night on another exciting episode of
Click the bell.
You Know What.
Smash
The
it.
bell.
You know what.